Hi there, thanks for taking the time. In this video I'll show you how to use the display server. So, what is the display server? The display server is something that can display code snippets, like plots, like here, or even dashboards. But let's try to walk through it. So the display server is something that currently comes with the HoloViz MCP server. It might be separated, carved out later on because it has its own value, but right now it's integrated. So what you need to get started is, of course, like you need the HoloViz MCP package installed. There's other tutorials and how-to guides explaining how to do that, so we'll assume you have that. I've installed it as a UV2. So in order to start it up, I can just run this command, uvx from HoloViz MCP display server. And then it starts running. So we should see it starting up on localhost. It seems to take a while. So let's see. Okay, so now it's running. I will speed this up so that it's faster. But now it should be running on localhost. And there's like links that you can open here, for example. For now, there's actually no, or there is actually, like these pages you can open up, so you can see add, admin feed, and view. So these are the pages. Okay. You can also start up the display server on other ports, for example, or another address if you are deploying. But let's open up localhost 5005, add. So it's this page. Let's go back to the documentation and let's open the link here in a new tab. So what we need to do is we need to copy some code. It's already the code that's here. We need to enter some kind of name for our visualization. And we need to enter some kind of description. It's always valuable to save things with some kind of metadata, like name and description. And then we will submit. So now we've submitted. We got like a success message back, and there's actually a link here. So we click the submit, yeah, and that's really good. Okay, so now it says, okay, you should open up localhost here. Yes, let's open up this page. So this is the visualization that we created. There's also another feed if we want. So this feed where we can see the visualizations we've created. So if we've been using the tool more, then there will be more visualizations. We can change like the number of visualizations we're looking at here. It's a lot because it's like having 44 apps in one application. So it might take a little bit of time to load, but you can see there's like applications here running, some old ones that are not working. Okay. So there are things I need to do. Let's go back to the documentation. So we probably have the documentation somewhere here. Yes. Let's take it up and go back to the display server. We'll just delete this one as well. So we need to browse them. We have done that. And then there's one more page that we can open up. So there's like the snippet manager or the admin. These are the different visualizations we've been creating, and we can like see the code. And if we maximize this, then we can see that like there's the view URL. So this is where we can go and see stuff. We can also delete if we want. And of course, like I'll build out this page, make it much more attractive and so on. but for now this is like an alpha release, experimental software for testing and exploration only. And please provide feedback on GitHub. So then we have looked at how you can manage your collection. Then there's something to understand. So when you're looking at the add page, let's take it over. This is the add page. We did enter a name and a description, but there's also something to choose here about display method. And this is Jupyter per default. It means it will display like the last object that is shown here. If we use panel instead, then we need to do something else. So then we need to mark things servable, like here. So like this. Then we can submit it, and then hopefully we can see something here. Yes, so there's like a view of this code snippet. We can also go and create visualizations programmatically if we want, because there's a REST API. So this is the Python code we can run if we want to do that. So let's just make a file called script.py, put this in, and create a new terminal. It's a little bit slow because I'm on Windows and using git bash, but I should be able to run this script.py file. Yes, and you can see here there's a link to the visualization that we created. So this is the code we inserted, and it's here. Good. Let's check out the documentation if there's more. So there's a little bit to understand, and one thing is that we are running a SQLite database which contains all the code snippets. So the table here is loaded from a SQLite database. So there's rows, there's a table with rows in this database. You can always like delete this database if something gets corrupted, but of course then you will lose this code. And that's also, again, this is experimental, so don't rely on it for persistent storage of code snippets. Now we want to stop the display server. We can use that. We can do that using Control-C. We will do that in a short while. And then there's also things to know that, for example, if you're using Python packages that are not installed in the Python environment where this display server is running, then you might get module not found errors like this, module not found error, and then you will need to install those packages and restart the server. So it's a good idea to identify the list of Python packages you will be using, and then make sure you install them in the virtual environment. Next up is really how to use the display server with the display MCP tool when working with AIs in your IDEs. So stay tuned. Thanks.